Hello, welcome to EcoElsa. I'm Elsa and I'm excited to help you teachers and parents get your kids outdoors. On today's video, we'll be going over the top 10 things that are most likely to happen when you take your kids outdoors. So let's hit the trails. Number one is constantly counting your kids. When you're outdoors, whether or not you have 2 kids or 30 kids, you'll be needing to keep track of them so that you don't lose any. Or if one of them goes missing, you know the second that it happens, that way they can't get too far and you'll be able to find them quickly. Number 2 is checking the trail ahead for landmarks to allow your kids to run ahead to. Now, I know some teachers and parents like having their kids walking next to them or behind them, but trust me, this will help you out a lot when you're outdoors because it'll allow them to get some of the extra energy out of their system and to be a little independent and to do something they enjoy while you being able to keep track of them and better pick your battles when outdoors. Number 3 is telling your students that the plant that they are pointing at is not poison ivy. Unless it is, then it's telling them not to touch it. Students will be constantly asking for hazards in the outdoors and if something's going to hurt them. So these are just things to keep in mind that you're going to be repeating yourself quite often for things like, that is not poison ivy. And hopefully not, that is poison ivy. Do not touch it. Do not rub it all over your body. Is that poison ivy? No. Is that poison ivy? That's not poison ivy either. Is that poison ivy? That's not poison ivy either. Is that poison ivy? Stop! That is poison ivy. Ugh. If you're looking for more information about poison ivy, I have a link in the description to a previous video I did about poison ivy and how to identify it, as well as some good information to have when having students outdoors. So check that out. Number 4 is having off-topic discussions with your students outdoors. Don't get me wrong, you'll have really great discussions with your students on your regular topics that you're outside to learn about, but some of these discussions are what we call teachable moments. They're a chance to help your students learn further about something else, and they're really great conversations to have with your students. There's a lot of learning that goes on. You get to have one of these great moments as an educator where you really bond with your students over something and help them learn about it. And maybe even become lifelong learners because it's something that really interests them and piques their curiosity. If you want to learn more about teachable moments, I have a link in the description to a previous video on this topic as well. Number 5. Screaming bloody murder inside is not acceptable, so it is not acceptable in the outdoor classroom as well. However, your students are going to want to scream bloody murder for various reasons. They might be screaming bloody murder because of spiders and snakes, maybe because they got a cut, or just because they want to scream like wild children and run around on the trails. Number 6 is dealing with distractions. There's going to be a lot of things happening when you're outdoors, and you're going to have to find ways of incorporating them into your class or trying to work your way around them, kind of like these geese behind me. If you're looking for more information on classroom management when outdoors, I have a link to a previous video on this as well in the description below. Number 7 is sharing moments of wonder with your kids. This is a really super special one that I really enjoy a lot. Whether you're a parent or a teacher, when you take kids outdoors, you're going to experience things with them that they're experiencing for the first time. Maybe it's seeing a mama deer and her baby deer, maybe it's finding a fossil, maybe it's a chrysalis, maybe it's something as simple as finding rabbit droppings. I mean, there's going to be a lot of things that your students are experiencing for the first time and they find really special and really cool. And what you need to do in this moment is get really excited with them and really enjoy this moment and celebrate with them and help them with their exploring and their learning. You can't be like, oh, that's just rabbit droppings, because if you do that, your students aren't going to really make a deep connection with the learning and taking their own learning by the horns. Number 8 is reminding your kids to get the mud off of their shoes before they come into the school or the house. Trust me, this will happen a lot because you'll be outdoors hiking and they will get all kinds of stuff all over their shoes. So you'll be reminding them to do the boot stomp dance as they get all the mud off their shoes so they aren't tracking it everywhere and you're getting mad or the janitors are getting mad. The boot stomp dance goes something like this. It's trying to get all the mud off your boots before you get inside. Number 9 is dealing with wet, muddy, and or burr-covered children. It's going to happen. You're taking kids outdoors, they're going to be having fun, they're going to be jumping in puddles, hopefully not falling into lakes and ponds, but they're going to get wet and muddy at some point and covered in burrs, and hopefully, given the circumstance, they'll be happy enough campers. Number 10 is your kids not wanting to go back inside because they're having way too much fun outside. And this can make you a little bit happy and sad, especially if you're a teacher, because you realize you want to stay outside too, but you know you need to go back inside and learn about some other things. So you guys can take a page out of my mom's book of tricks for getting me back indoors when I was a kid. What she would do is say, if you don't come inside now, then you don't get to go outside tomorrow. I hope you've enjoyed the good, the bad, and the ugly of the top 10 things when taking your kids outdoors. But hopefully, when you guys take your kids and your students outdoors, you get to experience mostly these good things. But just be prepared for some of the less desirable ones as well. Unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to click the like button below, and make sure to subscribe and ring the little bell button. That way you can be notified the second my videos get up on YouTube to help you take your kids outdoors. If you're looking for more resources to help you take your kids outdoors, please check out the description for links to other videos as well as my other social media accounts and resources to help you take your kids outdoors. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest, as well as a blog. I hope you all have a fantastic week. You be safe, learn lots, have fun, and get your kids outdoors. Bye!